internationally acclaimed artist Viveek Sharma, who has deep connection with Kumbh Mela. I am so thankful to him because he has traveled all the way from Mumbai to create Kumbh for the Delhiites. Welcome to the show, Mr. Viveek Sharma.
Thank you.
I'm so surprised at these large size photo renditions. Can you tell me where did your journey start and how?
Well, I am a product of Sir J.J. School of Art in Mumbai, which my father introduced me because he was an architect. He did his architecture from J.J. School. And that's where, because he saw that inclination in me that I have a fondness of drawing. And when he showed me the campus, I was so overwhelmed. I said, I want to come and do my fine art here only. And that was the start. And then, as any artist struggles in his life to become or to reach his destination, it's a slow, train. You have to have a lot of patience before people come looking for you from international. And it's all, my dad always used to say, create something that nobody has ever done. No artist in the world has created that. So thinking wise, I used to always think out of the box. If I want to say a story, I will going to say a story out of my subjects. And that is my canvas. Because when I look at the blank canvas, the very first impression that comes to my mind, it gives me silence. And then this body of work came out of there that I was in Amsterdam visiting Van Gogh show. And when I came back, very strong influence was there, very strong impression was there. So I said, I would like to go back to India and start a body of work on portraits. Now it was a thing that, what do I choose as a subject for my portraiture? I was going through that, and it just happened that in 2012 the Mahakumbh came in. And my whole attention went to Kumbh Sadhus. And because my mother is from Allahabad, I have seen Mahakumbh in my childhood. Many Mahakumbhs I've seen from 2-year-old to 17-year-old when I was going every year to Allahabad. So it connected to my roots. So I got my subject, and then I started looking for photographers whose pictures can I like, so I can approach them, buy from them, and then I can start working on my body of work. Luckily, I got good photographers with whom I approached on Insta, and they called me up and they said, I was interested in your picture because I'm going to just use your picture for an outline. But the way you have clicked, there's nothing that I'm going to paint it. It's just that the color palette will be mine, but outline of a face is what I want. So I paid them what they demand, but that's how the journey started. Now, portrait, every artist does it. Photorealism, many artists who are learning skills in the College of Art, they do it. But for me to stand out of all, which I can say is my language, then I started developing with the technique of pointillism, because I've seen in my travel, old masters have used pointillism, like you can see, but before the pointillism, a lot of people say, is it a print that you paint over a print? I said, no. I create photorealism technique below, because that was I was mastered at, and now I have added one more approach to it, that is pointillism. But my base is photorealism, and over that I use pointillism. But when it comes to beard, I cannot handle the same technique to this, because it will not justify the beard. So I remember my professor in my College of Art, I was doing an onion. So I said, sir, onion has got a soft skin, but the tail is dry. How do I show it? So it's Vivek, use strokes. So when I was doing this, I remember that communication with my professor, and I said, yes, even the beard is dry, like the tail of a pyaz, onion. I said, let me use that technique, and it worked very well. And that's how this whole body of work started gradually. And I knew one thing, that you have to go very slow in your approach, in your rendering, in your thought process, because I already got a breakthrough in Europe, so I didn't want it. I want to show my consistency that, okay, if Europeans have accepted, they have already seen the masters. So if your work is less than that, they will not like it. So one thing that was always there in my mind, that I have to give time to the work, I have to give time. So whatever the things that I learned from the old masters, light, reflected light, and how you play with colors, how you play with, even when you exhibit. So visiting museums, today when you see this show, I've been visiting the world museums, but I always absorb the color of the wall, how much breathing space one should give from one to another. It is like whether a man and woman having a relationship, but if you don't give space to each other, it never grows. It's the same thing. If I would have put the canvas next to each other, they would have fought. But I decided that I have to give each and every work that breathing space, so he does not get upset that you didn't give me my space, and he does not get upset you didn't give my space.
Okay,
So every art,
I wanted to ask, the colors are vermilion, saffron, greens.
These are the
sadhus,
colors, these are the colors of
sadhus.
spirituality. This is the colors of spirituality. But as you can see, I use very earthy colors. It's all earth colors that I have used. The pigments are very strong. What I'm using it. So whenever when you see that they put the mask over the face, so first I implement something that the skin has now. When they put the mask and it cracks, that's when you see their lifelines. So I like that. That's how the title of my few paintings are lifelines. That every man, as they grow, the lines keep increasing, and that is what shows what experience have you gained in your life from your birth to your death.
This is a stark contrast to all the Botox people are taking.
Exactly.
And you're seeing life in those lines.
And the beauty is in the lines. I remember when I used to sketch in Oberoi Hotel, a lot of people used to come and say, take this line, take that line. But me, whenever I see lifelines in people's face, it shows that how much they have experienced life or how much have they lived life. And as an artist, I observe those things to paint, because if I can get that feel to it, it will be like, okay, you have given justice to the subject. So the element of light, shadow, reflected light is very important. So if you can see, I have used dark colors down, and only the light is here. So that's why I made the arrangement of light also like that, so that the light is coming from one side and how much the darkness it should be. These things you learn as you grow in your age and you travel and you watch masters whom you've been reading. But physically seeing and reading has got too much of a difference. So I was very fond of that. I would like to see Rembrandt, Dali, and Picasso or Van Gogh, and it happened. And then I am learning.
I've seen that, of course, lighting, there is a lot of focus on light, colors and everything, without which this wouldn't have been a masterpiece. I just wanted to know, how did you get such great expressions of sadhus? Did you stay with them? Did you live with them? Or how did this come out on your canvas so beautifully?
Like I said, my mother is from Allahabad, and I have seen them from my childhood. So you have certain impressions in your head. And any face that attracts you, you always feel, yes, this is a masterpiece. The face itself shows so much life has he gone through. So I would like to give a lot of time to create the same feeling, what I am feeling looking at that person. But how do I perceive? Because they have a certain skin color on their face. But as an artist, I have my language of color palette, so which flow in very, very naturally, because I have no diversion. I live alone in my house and I have nothing else to do in my life but painting. And I give 100% and they give me what is the, what you see people's reaction, and that is what's the best way of change.
You have named this whole exhibition as Silence Please.
Yeah.
Can you tell on?
Yeah, because I live in Mumbai city, which is full of chaos, and my house was facing the road. So I was always looking for silence. So I happened to go with my collector, Arthur Metley, who is an ambassador to Abu Dhabi now. He took me to Dar es Salaam for a safari. And he was asking me questions, when do you paint? I said, I paint in the night. Why? I said, because I look for silence. Why? Because my road is facing the road, my house is facing the road, so it's too much of honking. So I need to, look for silence to paint. So he heard silence word many times, and that's how he said, Vivek, you should, title this show Silence Please, because, these faces that you select also gives you silence. I said, yes, because it's not easy that any face I will paint until I connect and I feel that there is a silence in his face, then only I. So this is how the title came up in Dar es Salaam in a safari when I was driving with him. Yeah.
So how can students pick up some technique like this pointillism you were talking about?
It will take years. Even if they try to copy, they won't be able to get it because what is below, the color, what is below, it has taken years, to learn what will be down. So they will try to copy, but it will be a very bad copy. So, it takes time for them to understand. First, you understand each and every color tones, how they react when you apply over a blank canvas. And then you will know which color complements the other, and then you apply that.
See, Kumbh has been in the news for various reasons now, good, bad, everything, and chaos, of course. I'm seeing that you have so many artwork which has got chillam and everything. So what kind of message are you trying to give through your art?
I am just trying to create silence, like I said, that, world over people are coming to Kumbh. It's not today, it's been happening years together. World over people, they are coming looking for guru, to find their guru in India. Why? Because this country is full of spirituality. This country has got a lot of gurus who, even though they are smoking, so what? Because this is their way of living. Who has the guts to live in a cold that they live, naked without anything? So they are looking for enlightenment. They have given up their materialistic world. I only want to give message through this show that, try to detach yourself with this materialistic world, because if kids learn from home, if you are attached to materialistic world, the kids will also be attached. So try to detach as much as from the materialistic world and try to get into, our Prime Minister Modi, he always talk about yoga. Indians have invented this. So the world people are coming and learning, but what about Indians themselves? Why aren't they following? So I feel that spirituality is one thing that can finish war. There will be no war in the country if spirituality remains. And India has been a part of a very strong gurus from the, and people coming from the world to gain something out of here from our gurus. So we are blessed people that we have such amazing guru, and who has given their materialistic world, and they are just looking for their enlightenment. And if they reach the stage of enlightenment, that's what I am trying to do with my work. I think I am reaching through my work to an enlightenment. That's when these works comes in, in creation, like what is happening. Even sometimes I get surprised. I never thought I will create something like this, but very naturally it's happened.
This is such a marvelous installation.
Yeah, it's a deadlock feel.
It's something different from your art, painting. So
yeah, so I thought, why not do something 3D, but which creates a deadlock. And I am sure when you come for my next solo, I'm going to surprise much bigger way than what you are seeing here. ये तो अभी ट्रेलर है, पूरी पिक्चर अभी बाकी है.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.